Hughes Live. Tonight's guests: Carole Cunningham, Samantha Beiko, Omar Kinnarath, with music by Sweet Alibi. And now, from the historic Valiant Theater in the heart of Winnipeg's greasy town, it's Kelly Hughes.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Brother Kelly Hughes, chaplain of the arts, broadcasting live from the Valiant Theater. How you doing? Yeah. All right, hold up, Brad. You had one thing to do, Brad. Thank you so much for being here. Is this camera looking at me? Can this camera see me?
All the cameras are looking at you.
Yeah. What do I hear? Oh, why do I hear us in the background? Can we turn that down? No, we cannot turn that down. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for wearing your masks and getting jabbed, which is a thing you only used to hear at Aquarius, but the world's changed now. Just for those of you out there, if there's anybody out there, is there anybody watching? These guys aren't even watching, okay. If there's anybody out there watching, there are a few people here, and it's not that we didn't want to invite you, but this is like that movie on... Grant,
I didn't want to invite them.
What's the movie on Netflix where they all have to go into space because the world's ending?
Apollo 13.
No, come on, somebody... Well, you know,
I haven't seen a movie since
Meryl Streep and
time.
What? Don't look up. Don't look up. So this is like Don't Look Up. These are the special people that we have all chosen, and we're just gonna leave. We're gonna get out of here because it's too much. It's too much. So how's everybody doing? Anything interesting happened in the last couple of years? Anything kind of? I actually had to do the show, and I had to actually buy new jeans, because I've been wearing sweatpants for 2 years, and I was like, can I wear my good sweatpants? And then he said, no, you have to wear jeans, and I'm like, what are jeans? So anyway, I got myself some jeans, and we're here doing a fancy thing. I'm hoping, are we streaming? You guys? Thumbs up if we're streaming. Yeah, okay. I don't know. This is like Kelly Hughes Live that we used to do. If something was always wrong, but now there's kind of a nebulous, maybe something's wrong out there. We did one 3.5 years ago with Kennedy, and it's the first Kelly Hughes Live we've done in 10 years. So it's been a while. I'm thank you, Jeff. I'm older, sadder, balder. The world has changed. Clapping for the world has changed. Yeah, I don't know. It's not better, Jeff. Oh, yeah. Isn't that a Kanye song? Older, better. I actually, okay, so my mom is here. Thank you, everybody. And one of the things we did, we had to clean up in here, and it was a lot of stuff in here. It was a bit like Raiders of the Lost Ark, the last scene where they're putting the thing away. It was like that. And my mom had moved a few years ago, and she asked me to store some of her big pictures of herself, and I couldn't find them for the life of me. And I was cleaning out a closet this week and found them, and they're all in the back there, which, sorry live stream people, you can't see it, but there's a bunch of pictures of various things that she's done as an actor and some family stuff and whatnot. So very glad to have you here, Mom. 92 next month. My niece Hunter is here. She just turned 4. She's also my great niece because Winnipeg. Thanks for that. And so I'm gonna have to use a bit of there's some things that I want to say, but maybe we shouldn't use in front of young people and old people. So there's a word I want to say, and instead of saying that word, I'm going to say frack. I think that's from a show, right? Isn't that also another show? Was it Battlestar Galactica? Yeah. Frack. There's also another thing. I've been banned for 2 out of the last 3 months on Facebook for referring to the the folks in the semis that were driving along. You remember those folks? I called them something that rhymes with blacker, but is it the opposite? And apparently that's a word you can't say. You get banned from Facebook. Just for the benefit of everyone who doesn't know. So here's I looked up some don't say it, get banned again. So I looked up some words. There's something called the Urban Thesaurus, which is like Urban Dictionary, and just as terrible, but it's a thesaurus. And so I looked up different words for, pejorative words for people that are kind of, pigmentally challenged, right? So there weren't really any good ones because, these kind of people, we are not, nor have we ever been a marginalized or oppressed group. So there's no actual such thing as hate speech or any of that stuff against. The word I chose was Wonder Bread. So when I say Wonder Bread, that's what I'm referring to because I don't know if I can say the other word. I don't want to get banned again because all my friends are on Facebook. And then what else? A couple others. Well, there's a little story and there's just kind of, it's not like really dirty or anything, but I don't want to use the word. So the traditional word that you use for, what a cis male has going on down here, let's say ding dong, and for, a cis woman, what they've got going on down there, we'll say spaghetti. Okay, so just remember those things and we're fine, and the code, it's all good. So I am actually can I say Freedom Convoy? I guess I can. I guess you can say Freedom Convoy. I'm very afraid. But I was driving, I was on Selkirk Avenue picking up my helper the other day, a couple of weeks ago, and I was sitting there and I realized I couldn't get out because there were all these big vehicles and little vehicles and whatever next to me, and I thought, why is the street so busy? It's 2 in the afternoon. And then I realized it was a bunch of upside down Canadian flags and a bunch of, frack Trudeau and a bunch of things like that. And so it made me kind of mad, It made me kind of mad because the whole thing's been making me mad because, I've got friends that are sick and I've got people that need to get into the hospital and the hospitals are jammed up with unvaccinated people and then there's these libertarians, we'll call them a nice word, these people that are, doing this whole thing. Anyway, so they are doing this slow roll down Selkirk. So I finally there's an opening, and I managed to get through, pull around to the other side, park on the other side, and I get out, and I start yelling at them. And I'm just standing there, and I'm yelling at them up at the semis, and I'm like, frack you! Frack you! Frack you! And they're kind of too high to, they're way up there and they're kind of like, but then there's people in cars and they're like kind of they're not the truckers, they're the kind of sort of different kind of crazy people that keep the truckers going. So, so this old couple, they roll down their window and the old lady says, be a man. And the old man says, I bet you don't even know how to eat spaghetti. And and I'm like, frack you, geezers. frag you. And then I realized I'm standing in the middle of Selkirk, and I'm blocking the people going the other way. So I kind of just go like this, back up, and then they go by, and the first guy buys in the truck, and he just kind of looks and sort of gives me a little fun. But I was telling this story to my therapist, and she goes, now why are we doing that? Why were you, so angry? Why were you in the middle of the street? Why were you yelling at all these people and telling them to frack off? And I'm just like, frack you old hippie! I've got a great show for you tonight. So glad to have you here. We have got very funny Carole Cunningham. We've got Omar Kinnarath. Don't know if he's funny yet. We will find out. We've got Samantha Beiko, who bought me a red light bulb and will forever be remembered. And who else? Sweet Alibi. Hello. Sweet Alibi. Like the hottest band in the city right now. They are burning up the charts. Are there charts still? Do we know? Are there charts still, Grant? Sorry, I'm not supposed to call you your name. I've done it.
Well, you know what's really better? After not calling me the right name is calling me the wrong name and then hanging a lampshade the size of Kansas on it.
What?
To hang a lampshade on something, it's an expression.
I'm going to go look on Urban Thesaurus.
Yeah.
No, your name
is Grant.
You told me your stage name was Sticky.
Sticky Pudding. That's
okay.
Okay. What to tell you're back.
So no. Don't.
It would have been great if you would have, got it out of the gate.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading the room. Anyway, Grant, why don't you play something? And I'll go to my desk.
Alrighty.
And you clap. Everybody clap. I know my thing.
Kelly forgot my name, and it's a ghost darn thing. Things will never be the same. Since Kelly forgot my name.
I forgot my clapper. Is this thing on, Jay? Jay, is this thing on? Just like old times. Can you see me here? Can the internet see me? Are we still live streaming? Is anyone watching? It says we are. The internet. The internet is a very amorphous place. I don't.
Part of talk shows is when the host asks if anybody's watching. It makes for great content.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm no Joe Rogan. What can I say? Boo. Let's boo Joe Rogan. Okay. So one thing I'm going to do here, and my partner Andy told me to not read any poetry, but she's not up here. And this is just, she said, are you going to do a land acknowledgement? And I said, the land acknowledgement is I support the land acknowledgement, but it's also pretty cheap, that we stole everything and then you just get a land acknowledgement. So I wrote my own. We acknowledge that we are on Treaty 1 territory, a lush and fertile land, irrigated with the blood of Anishinaabe, Cree, OG Cree families, plowed into furrows by bright green tractors. A friendly land where the babies of Dakota and Dene always get free hotel stays. An urban floodplain backfilled with the proud Métis people. We gladly trade these words for your home and generations and futures. Frack. I'm sorry. It was a different word there before. There's our land acknowledgement. Our first guest is Carole Cunningham. Don't come up yet, Carole, because I'm going to find your bio, see if there's anything interesting here. Winnipeg-based comedian, originally from Northwest Territories. Transition in musical comedy, dry and observational, tongue-in-cheek, alumni. Oh, she was on the Debaters. She's got a... So basically, she's very funny, and she's got a little dog that she keeps in a bag, but I don't think her dog is in the bag. Ted, your dog's not with you. No. Carole Cunningham, everybody. Clip it on your lapel there. You have never clipped the lapel thing on? Sure you have.
People that do this.
You have people that do that. Is she on?
I don't know.
Jay? What do you mean shrug your shoulders? This is just like it was 10 years ago. I got Jay to come out of retirement. This is what I get. Well, we know it's working now because it's just a bunch of oh, so then, yeah. Never upset them. What if they come already upset? Pre-disturbed.
Sound in the middle of a set and there's nothing you can do because you sound like this.
No, Jay just does what he does. There's nothing I can do to make it better or worse. He does what he does. He's like having a cat, really. How are you? What's that?
You have a bunch of cats, you know.
Yes, there are a bunch of cats. There's none in here today. Andy, are there any cats in here? No. Sometimes they escape in here. The cats run in here because we live next door and we get a cat in here, but no cats right now. No cats. How are you, Carol?
I'm good. This is people.
Yeah. It's not that many, but it is a room with people in it. It's kind of a...
Did you have trouble dressing? I didn't know what to wear.
I just wore... Well, no, I told you I had to, like, actually buy jeans because I have just been wearing sweatpants. We actually had to specifically ask that Jimmy Pants over here on the one of the tech guys, I don't know what, on the right, we had to ask him to wear a shirt.
Was he wearing a mask?
Yeah, no, if you wear a mask and no shirt, that's fine. I noticed today that there was the last couple of days, like I thought that everybody was going to be like not wearing their masks in the shops, and I thought it's really nice, that we've been able to see people wearing their masks still, being responsible, and then a bunch of old men still walking around like this,
I find it almost more obscene when they have their nose sticking out. Like I don't want to see it. It's almost like they're flying.
Like they're ding dong, yeah.
It's offensive almost. Like you're standing there,
Yeah.
starting to look at their eyes.
I know, yeah.
Honkers sticking out.
Yeah. The proboscis is the new ding dong, 100%.
And I never know. Like, are they doing it on purpose? Do they
Yeah.
know? Maybe he
Yeah.
doesn't know. Maybe
He's like, hey, baby. He's trolling. He's like, hey, check out my nose. Check out this schnoz.
Isn't it?
You want this in your face, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a lot. And then I think, well,
Yeah.
maybe it's like a Muppet.
Yeah.
Like maybe it just doesn't fit. Maybe his nose doesn't fit in his mask.
Oh, are there Muppets like that? The only Muppet I can think of with a giant nose is...
All of them.
What's that?
All of them.
All of them. Kermit doesn't have a big nose.
You know what? Now I don't know.
Kermit's not even...
How about...
Don't have noses at all.
No, but how about there's an eagle, right? The news guy, he's got a big...
Sam
he's got
the
a big-
Eagle.
Sam the Eagle.
That's a beak, technically, not a nose.
The guys
It's
in
a
the balcony.
It's a proboscis.
What's wrong? What's going on? There's a problem.
We're in
We've
the
been going for 5 minutes. There's a problem.
hell.
I can hear me.
This is...
Oh, well.
Okay. This is... Anyway. One of the
There's an
things
audience
that...
out there on the
one of the
World
things
Wide
that-
Web that needs to hear you.
One of the things that I don't like about the a lot of the Zoom things and all these things that you've seen in the last 2 years is they're very static. They got just one big camera, and so we wanted to have a bunch of things and just people running in and out fixing stuff, and that was kind of what we were going for. So we're.
I wanted to hold it while he fixed it. He's like, there, and he wandered off. Like, I'm going to hold it the whole time.
Yeah, I told you he's like a cat, right? Need. Nope, and then he's gone. Yeah.
The more moving parts,
not
the better.
coming back.
We need to make this more complicated if this is ever going to succeed.
Nobody thinks this is going to succeed, Grant.
That's a good point.
So, Carol, do you have anything to say other than if we cut everything out about your lawsuit and stuff? Is there anything to talk about or not really?
Super can't talk about that.
I know. I'm just saying, like every
Jesus
time I've
Christ.
talked to you,
I mean,
that thing is just like,
spaghetti and ding dongs.
yeah, the ding dong is. We're
we
having
can talk. You know what?
that is the worst.
I have that effect.
That's the worst. That's the worst mic stand. That mic stand's 15 years old. It's the same. It's doing the same thing as it did. Yeah. Is it just we trying to? In case she farts, we're going to hear it, I guess. It seems to be.
There it is.
Thanks.
Picking it up really good.
Thanks. Thanks, Sticky Toffee.
Okay. Thank you so much, Bradley Graybeard. Everybody has a nickname, and I forgot Grant's. I feel
Sticky
embarrassed.
Toffee?
Sticky.
Are
No,
you
it was
gonna-
something else, but he doesn't want me to say it
Thanks.
now.
Smudgy fuckers.
So yeah, no,
Smudgy
I've
fuckers.
been home. I recently went back to work.
Yeah?
Now that I can, now that we're supposed to.
Are you in a building or no? Do you work from your house?
Oh, I work out of my house
Yeah.
because everybody else works in the house, so I didn't want to be home for
Oh,
it.
you work out of your house?
I work out of my house now.
So
yeah.
not out of your house, like I work out of my house, like
I leave my house
you leave your house.
and I go work somewhere else now.
Yeah, how's that?
Amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's beautiful but only because my work, there's also hardly anybody there as well.
Right, 'cause they're
so
all at
it's just
home.
not home.
They're all home.
But so it's pretty ideal. I'm lucky I didn't have to go back to a busy place or anything. But I homeschooled a child, well, 2 children for a year and a half, and it was not okay.
Yeah. It sounds terrible.
No, I do not have a clean 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It was good. There was a little point of when I was teaching them like social studies, and I didn't know what I was doing. So I was like, you know what? Let me watch Zeitgeist, and we're going to talk about like what propaganda to believe and stuff. And my 10-year-old's like, what? And I'm like, no, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really think. I mean, I didn't learn anything in school, so probably it's fine.
That's what I banked on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I banked on the fact that I knew that I didn't have a whole bar to like meet for the next year. I did what I could. I met the curriculum. I did everything like I was supposed to, but I was still teaching. Like one of the kids is genetically related to myself, so it's not like it's a miracle. Like you plant a potato, you get a potato. You homeschool a potato, you got a homeschooled potato.
Is it your child? Is that your child?
That's my child.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a strange way. Is that how you introduce that person?
Yes. Yes.
We share DNA.
We share DNA. But no, it was okay. It was nice to spend the year at home. I didn't realize that I kind of needed it in a lot of ways, but also it wasn't good for me because now I don't want to go outside and I don't know what to do. Like I went to a restaurant and I actually like wiped my nose with my shirt because I've been doing it at home for a year and it didn't matter. And I have all these feral mannerisms now that I didn't have before, like burping at a table in a restaurant really loudly when I'm drinking a carbonated beverage, because at home, I've been seeing how loud I could get. I've never had that freedom to do that with every single drink I drink during the day to just see, well, what does coffee make? And now...
But you don't, I mean, you should just know by now, right? Like, do you need...
I'm
still
still
trying it out.
every once in a while there is still I still wipe my nose on my sleeve or something that is not okay, or like the bottom of my dress. I wiped my mouth the one day, just because.
How short was your dress? Was it?
Well, I was alone at least at that point. I was
You weren't in the restaurant.
Yeah,
still.
I wasn't in the restaurant for that
Okay.
one. But I still like my bra is used for way more than just change like it used to be when I was out. Like now it's phone, it's vape, it's like beer, it's everything that I can possibly put in because my pajama pants didn't have pockets, and I didn't have a purse. So.
Do you think, I have heard that for, sort of women's clothing, they don't put pockets in them. Why do you think that is? People complain about that, I've heard it.
Well, we go back way back into feminist theory. Like, so we couldn't
I knew we'd
actually,
get into intersectionality.
Well, why do you
somewhere.
ask? Well, no, it was actually because we weren't allowed to carry money and everything like that. We weren't really to have much on our bodies that we didn't have any belongings. We couldn't have that kind of stuff. So women's clothing didn't really have pockets. It wasn't built into the designs, wasn't built into what we considered a feminine body for our cultural standards. So we just never had pockets really developed on our thing, but we developed purses that we can bring, little purses with us. So now they're getting bigger and bigger because women now design purses. And now we just got these huge purses with all of these multiple compartments that, still haven't fixed the pocket issue, but.
So so somebody else is still designing pants and dresses.
But you throw a pair of
Somebody who's
pockets
not
on a
putting
dress,
pockets
though,
on.
that thing is getting sold. Like everywhere, like everything. I could
So
wear
you
something
think I
that's
should-
$5,000
should I do that?
and it doesn't matter because it's got pockets.
Should I sell $5,000 dresses with pockets? Is
If
that
it's
what you're
got
saying?
pockets, you can sell it for $10,000.
Amazing. Should we have an auction? Oh, hey, speaking of auction, I forgot what we were doing. Do you have a Chiron up there, Jimmy Pants?
Who knows?
Oh, well, you better do that because I forgot it's a fundraiser. Yeah. It's a bit of a day. We're accepting money for building the Valiant. I'm going to tell you more about that in a minute. If you already know about it, go to andy@thevaliant.ca and just you can just e-transfer money. Andy is spelled with a Y. I told my mom that, and she was like, "But Andy is a boy's name." I said, "Hey, it's 2022, man." Anyway, Andy@thevaliant.ca. You can just send money. Yeah.
I don't keep my dog in a bag. I feel like we have to address that. That's what I came up here for. I have a Chihuahua. Her name's Karen. She's on the Debaters. But anyway, so she does go to shows with me and everything like that. I didn't bring her tonight. She was just a little moody, and I didn't really know if it was going to be a place for the dogs. Like I didn't know if there was going to be other dogs here or whatever. So I didn't bring Karen. But she comes with me and she does sit in a bag. She doesn't live in a bag. I don't keep her in a bag.
Not like do you remember the Friendly Giant? And there was the chicken that lived in the bag.
She is a lot like
a rooster. Yeah, anybody remember the rooster in the bag? Yeah.
That is her nickname.
Rusty.
I have called her that.
Rusty. Yeah.
It's a Chihuahua in a bag. She's a short-haired one too. It's like she's naked.
I found that confusing, though, about the rooster in the bag, because the rooster never came out of the bag. Because, I mean, there was just a hand, and I get it now, but it was confusing at the time.
Why was the giraffe?
The blue giraffe. I thought he was blue.
Was he blue?
Purple and orange, I thought.
No, he was giraffe-colored.
Oh, no. Is this going to be like the Berenstain Bears?
I don't know. You know,
what color was the giraffe, guys?
We have the amazing technology. Somebody texted me, Abigail from, I think she's in Calgary, and said, the set looks great, and it's good to see your face. So the stream is working.
If they said your face looks great, then it's not working.
And she's in Calgary. See, Alberta didn't block
And then I got another text. Just want to check if you have any bigger truck available. If it doesn't fit in 2 loads, it will get really expensive for me. Okay, that's possibly work related. But we've got like what do you call it, Alexa at home, so we got Alexa in one room and one in the other room that's also an Alexa, but I call it the computer, so we can do, say computer, so we can listen to ask different. I want to ask it questions, right? But I have Siri on my phone, and now this solves all the problems, right? So, what was the Jerome the Giraffe? Hey Siri, what was the color of Jerome the Giraffe on the Friendly Giant?
On the web for what was the color of Jerome the Giraffe on the Friendly Giant. Check it out.
You're providing a great service to all the people watching at home.
Never trust. We don't have those.
Do you remember when you used to be able to phone and you'd get there was dial a prayer, dial a joke? Do you remember that? What were the other ones?
I didn't grow up in a city.
Oh, does anybody remember any of the other ones? There were other ones, weren't they? Horoscopes, yeah. What's that? Dial for the time, yeah. Yeah. Temperature, yeah. Wouldn't they tell you at the time and temperature at the same one, or was it 2 calls?
I just remember when Star 69 came out, and that shook me to my core.
Isn't that just...
wasn't that just the first real time where, you could actually be found out if you called a phone number and hung up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I get it.
Star 69 was the big turnaround.
Yeah.
People forget. They don't really give it
the
praise it should for changing our lives.
No. People don't. Yeah, it's gone. Hey, Carole, do you have any, how's your arm there, Graveyard? You okay?
Doing okay.
Okay.
Thanks for asking.
Okay.
You're doing so good.
Yeah, you're doing so good. You really redeemed yourself for that whole not flipping the thing up there. Do you have any shows coming up? Do shows still happen? Is that a thing that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I actually don't know. I've started going to watch comedy shows.
Yeah.
Like I saw Chelsea Handler last Friday.
Yeah.
Which was amazing actually. It was really, really great. We ended up going to the Spike afterwards with a bunch of like ladies in their 40s and 50s, like me and my roommate, and then we did shrooms with them, and we were out forever, like absolutely ever.
Yeah.
And so that's about the comedy I've been doing. And
So getting high, okay.
No, just that one time, but it was just great. It was a really welcome back. And then I'm going to another comedy show. My friend Jimmy Skinner is having one at Gaffers in a couple of weeks.
That's a golf course?
I don't know.
I think Gaffers a golf course? Does anyone know?
I think so, yeah.
I think that he's got you. Nobody I hear has ever heard of Gaffers. I think that he's got you going. I think Jimmy Skinner is going to roll you and take your giant purse. I think that's what's going to happen.
Well, joke's on him. I'm only watching, so I'm not going to pay for anything. But no, and then I'm actually recording. I'm doing a musical comedy album later this year. So that's what I've been doing, is just kind of doing it at home on my own and everything.
And laying low because of your lawsuit you can't talk about.
Oh, my God.
Did you give me one of these cards? That's my birthday tomorrow. Is one of these from you?
From me, no.
Okay. This one is from Hunter. It says temper tandem, and it's a bear and a dog, and the dog has cut a bunny rabbit has cut the bicycle built for 2 in half because he's mad about the way things are going. And then she wrote me a lovely message here. Thank you so much. That is nice. That's from Hunter. I turn 52 tomorrow.
Well, happy birthday.
Anyone else here 52? Anyone else here look in the mirror and think that there must be some kind of clerical error? Yeah.
So you're 52, so that means you had your 50th like right when COVID happened.
I did, yeah, nothing.
So you got to squeak in with like one of the major birthdays under COVID.
We didn't know. We were going to have a party here, and then we didn't. It was right. I don't remember when. Does anyone remember when COVID started? Does anyone know?
I remember it was.
I'm asking for a date. I don't want you to nod your head, Karen.
March 16th.
Yeah, so that was like 2 days. Yeah, so
March 16th was when my job ended.
Yeah, so no, I missed my birthday. So I mean, it's
Did you
fine.
like that though? Because I was asking, like, because I had a major. I was 40 during the year of COVID when that happened.
Yeah.
And I really liked that I didn't have to do the whole 40 thing. No one knew. I just slid it under the bumper, and like it was nice.
Honestly, like it's. There's a part of me that just doesn't want to do anything, right? So not having to do anything, like you don't have to pretend that you're going to go to somebody's event and then not go. You just not go because you don't go because there's nothing. So I think it's fine for a while, but I'm not sure that it's like super great. I mean, I know people that just love it. People that are just like, very happy. But I also know like even kind of hardcore introverts that are like, okay, well maybe this is enough. Maybe we can actually, maybe I would like to choose if I'm going to do something or not. So
it was hard for the online parties and the shows and stuff because you couldn't bail. You couldn't be like, oh no, it's not going to, like you're at home. They know you're at home.
I watched it, and this was the thing, like when we said we were going to do this Zoom, this live stream, I was like, I want it to look good. Because I've seen some various things, and I was watching a Zoom show. I won't say who it was, but it was a Zoom show, and they hadn't figured out how to turn off the people. You know how it says who's there, like a meeting, and there was one guy who was sitting there, an old guy who was sitting there on his couch chain smoking, and I was a bit concerned about what he might do when he stopped smoking, and then they turned him off. So that was good. They figured out how to get rid of those things. But no, I mean, I refused to do most things. There were Zoom family meetings, and I'm just like, no, this is like terrible. This is almost as bad as being in the room with all of you. Sorry, I might have some family here. Sorry, Mom.
I did like the one thing about doing shows at home, though, because if it wasn't going well, like if you were just not going okay and just bombing and you forgot your stuff, you could just kind of pause a little bit and then just turn your camera off and just your internet failed. Like, it was the best way to get out so they're just going bad. It's just like, oh, I can't get back on. I don't know what happened. And just close your phone and leave the room and go back in tomorrow. Yeah. But back to reality.
Back to reality. Well,
this was fun.
It was fun. Carole, I hope that everything
I'll get
kind of
used
goes
to this.
back to normal.
Oh,
for you, and I
it
hope
is,
that
yeah, no.
You get to do shows again, and I hope that you get to play your ukulele or guitar, whatever you play, and I hope
Yeah,
that...
and I'm doing more music stuff like just in the next month and everything.
Yeah,
I'm going
I
back
hope
to
that-
Thunder Bay, and we're going to organize some comedy things. But
Yeah.
it was hard because we haven't been booking venues because the restrictions come in, and
It's
then
hard
you
to
lose
know.
capacity. But I know that actually I do have some shows coming up at the Park Theater with Lisa Baker. I don't know if you guys have seen her. She's amazing. She's on TikTok
you
and
did have a
everything.
show.
She's from Newfoundland. Lisa Baker?
You did have a show. You said you had no shows, now you're saying you have a show.
Yeah, I know, but I'm remembering. I don't
Okay.
remember how to. I'm learning how to comedian again.
Learning how to remember. Okay.
Yeah, like I was even like a Friday night show. Like, really? Like, am I going to be okay for staying up that late? I had a nap after work today.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I have some shows coming up. They'll be advertised on Facebook. It's part of her Boats and Hose tour, and we're out of boats. And
Brad likes that.
well, it's like her fiance made the poster,
Yeah.
and that's what he thought the name was. And then she's like, "No, that's not the name," but it was too late to change it.
What was the name?
So now the tour. I don't know what the original one was, but now it's Boats and Hose.
A happy accident.
And Happy Accident. Yes, it's Can I
He's-
say
he's-
Boats and Hose?
You just did.
All right.
I think that's fine, because we
Rakes.
all know what a rake is. A hoe is a rake. And a
Yeah,
rake is
yeah,
a-
boats
yeah.
and rakes.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's all
We're
I got.
rusty. It's
I thought
been
you'd
a long
have the
time
dog in the
rusty.
bag, and the dog would jump out of the bag, and, you know.
Dog never jumps out of the bag. She's a Chihuahua.
Oh,
No, she sits in the bag,
okay.
and then she'll grab you if you come near the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like those plants.
We call her Shark in the bag.
What are those plants, Grant?
Cactuses.
That's adorable. He's my favorite.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He is.
He's great. I went over to his house yesterday to get something. Can I tell everybody what you were wearing?
I can show them.
What?
I can show them.
He was wearing his underpants and a chain around his neck, which he's wearing now, the chain.
Does the chain come off, or is it like a
I
a
don't know.
Tommy Lee kind of
Do
thing?
you keep the key, didn't he? Americans. Always pleading the fifth. So your show is at the park?
It'll be at the Park Theater sometime in the next few months.
Now, sometime in the next few months with Lisa.
Lisa Baker.
Lisa
So,
Baker.
Yes.
Lisa Baker. Keep saying it. Nobody knows who Lisa Baker is. But keep
Oh
saying
no,
it.
I'm sure they do. She's fantastic. She's
on
everywhere
TikTok.
Online. She's on the Debaters too.
Okay.
And
Is it a sequel?
she's a fierce. She's from Newfoundland. She's got a great accent. She's filthy. You guys are gonna love her. She's
Nice.
just perfect.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, good. Well, let's get ready, Carole.
Yeah.
And let's have a big kind of a thing, and Grant's can play a thing, and everybody will clap, and I'll do my thing. Carole Cunningham, everybody. Should I put my mask on? No. And thanks, Brad. And Brad has drooped the thing again there. Okay, well, we are just making record time here. We're gonna have the band on in a moment, and the band is Sweet Alibi, and they have got I don't know where it is. They've got a bio, but Sweet Alibi is great. Sweet Alibi has been around. Is it more than 10 years? 12 years. They've been around for 12 years, and three great gals, and they let a couple of guys play with them. You know, everybody likes Alistair, though. Do you have enemies, Alistair? Do you have any enemies? No. Anyway, so the drummer's shoving some food in their face, and let's get some music as they come up. Put your hands together, please. Warm Kelly Hughes Live. Welcome for Sweet Alibi. Thank you for playing that, Enya. Amber and I would like to announce that we are in love, and we don't care who knows it. Sorry, was it not the right time? No. So these cats, did you guys bring any albums or merchandise?
Yeah,
Where is it? Over somewhere?
It's in a box right now.
It's in a box. So if you want to buy CDs and other things, we've got that. But you have a brand new album out. Who wants to tell me about the brand new album? It does not jump out of the box. It's brand new. Never used. It's great stuff. When was your last album?
Some time ago.
And a long time ago.
2015.
Oh, so this is like the first album in 7 years. So this is a big deal. Yeah.
First album was 2011.
Are you sick of that 2015 album or what?
Well,
Are you like, hate it?
It's been a while. We're going to play something off of it.
Okay. That's exciting.
What's first?
Sweet Alibi is Amber, Jess, Michelle, Alistair, and sorry, who's on drums again? Brody. Sorry, Brody.
Don't apologize to him.
We just call him drums.
You're going to play one song. Do you want to play one song? Play one song, and then I'll have another guest, and I'll try to make it shorter, and we can be funny. We'll try to be funny. I'm not saying Carole wasn't funny. It's me. It's not you. It's me. What's that? No. I know there's some legal. Carole can't be funny until 2025 for legal reasons. It's. She signed an NDA.
So if you don't tell us to start, we'll never start.
I'm so excited to have you. I'm so excited to have you guys here. You're a big deal. I'm very excited. I've done a lot of Kelly Hughes Live. Like really, we've done about 90. Honestly, I was going to look up the number and then I didn't. But we've done a lot. But I'm so excited to have you here because you are so great. One of my favorite bands. I play you almost every week on my radio show. All such lovely people and wonderful people, and thank you for coming in. And how about a song? Sweet Alibi, everybody. Clap and then we'll play a song.
And you just can't take it with you when you go. Be confetti at a funeral made of money will be fun for all. And the greedy, they'll be throwing fits and she'll be laughing down in D6. And you just can't take it with you when you go. Be confetti at a funeral made of money. It will be fun for all. And the greedy, they'll be throwing fits and she'll be laughing down in pieces.
Sweet Alibi. Oh, am I on? Turn my mic on. Sweet Alibi, everybody. Do you guys want to sit down or stay up here, or I can have another guest? What do you want to do? You can stay here, and we can bring Brody food. Brody can, okay. Brody, you can eat as much as you want, buddy. Okay. Are you eating enough, buddy? Trying to. Yeah. Yeah, sure, stay up here and you can make jokes. Do you want to make jokes? Sure. No. We got to have another guest. And then we're going to take a break. But we're going to have stuff. It's all good. My next guest is somebody who also has a bio. Omar Kinnarath is, oh, there's a typo in your bio. Do you want me to fix that? Omar Kinnarath, if the founder of Fascist Free Treaty 1, Mutual Aid Society of Winnipeg, and Defend Winnipeg. He is a passionate community organizer who dedicates his time to making the city better for all those around him. He is a well-recognized figure in the Canadian anti-racist movement, and his work that he has done in creating Mutual Aid Society has helped countless thousands of community members connect and receive help during the pandemic and beyond. So he's, as Mr. Rogers said, one of the helpers. So put your hands together, please, for Omar Kinnarath. What's that? I don't know. We're going to see if that works, and then maybe Brad will come hold the thing. I don't really know. Jay's coming back over here. But it's on the.
We're just going to do that. Let's
Okay,
just do that.
Okay.
Let's make it easy. All right.
It's really hard to, we've done a lot of these, and Jay has been at a lot of them, and it's hard to keep him off stage. He's a real attention hog, although the mask, I was mentioning earlier that he has a very gray beard underneath, so I think that the mask kind of makes him look younger. How do people feel about how a mask makes you look? Does anybody have an opinion about...
I like how it hides how I look.
You like what?
I like how it hides how I look.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you feel a bit ugly, and like you would just like to hide half your face?
No, I think I'm beautiful. I just don't want people to recognize me.
Oh, okay. So you don't favor the top part of your face or anything.
No, I just like to go through life anonymously.
What I've liked about wearing a mask is, aside from the keeping your friends and people you love safe, is I'm very grumpy out in the world, and so nobody can tell that I'm frowning and sometimes cursing at them.
I wear a mask now, though, to differentiate me from one of them.
Yeah, right. Now you're like, yeah, I'm one of the maskers. I'm not an anti-masker. I'm a pro-masker. So we used to hear, Andy and I have been here for 7.5 years in this space, and we've got our house attached. And a few years ago, we did something called the Fountain Street Community Cupboard, and we just had a free cupboard of food. That was a 1.5 years we did it. Yeah. Ran this for a 1.5 years, where people donated, and we just kept filling it up with various food items and hygiene products and various things. And it was kind of like, for me, it was interesting because living here has been interesting. I've lived in, it's been a while since I've lived in the burbs, but we're really right in the, as sort of for fun in the opening, I had the announcer say that, we were live from the heart of Winnipeg's greasy tenderloin, which, but it's like real hardcore down here. But when I came here, I didn't really realize, like, I just kind of thought of, like, these people that I saw walking by as kind of this mass of people. You know what I mean? They were all kind of like, I kind of put them all in the same boat. But it's been an education for me to see how everybody's different. You know, everybody's got their own personality. We have a guy who comes to the door. How many times does Mike come to the door every day? 3 times a day and bum cigarettes. She gives him 2 cigarettes each time. And he waits until our front light is on, and she wakes up early. And if she turns the light on at 6:30, he's knocking on the door at 6:30 in the morning for cigarettes. And he's about my age, and he's in pretty rough shape. And he lives in the rooming house next door, and he's on EIA. But he always knows the date. He always knows the date, and he always knows the forecast. That's like his thing, right? He's always telling you, you know, he was the first to wish me a happy St. Patrick's Day when I didn't know it was a St. Patrick's Day. So it's interesting as somebody who, you know, grew up in an affluent area to, you know, be kind of just cheek to jowl with, you know, so many people who have had just such a hard time. We did it for a year and a half, and it just got kind of too much. There were some problems, and you know, like, with doing the Mutual Aid Society and the other stuff you've done, I mean, there's a lot of pressure.
Oh yeah, there's just constant pressure.
And the Mutual Aid Society, for the people that don't know, it's a Facebook group where people can say what they need, people say what they have, and the whole sort of ethos is to sort of take care of each other, to take care of our community. And you started that right at the beginning of the pandemic, right?
Yeah, it's been 2 years pretty much into it, and pretty much the day like it was announced, or like before that, we had an idea of what was going to go down. You know what I mean? Because we already saw the panic buying and supply chain shortages, and obviously that's gonna hurt the most vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
So we decided to do that because we're proponents of mutual aid, and this is something that the city needed. Totally thought it was going to be temporary.
Yeah.
Totally thought we were going to do it for like a couple months, and everything will go back. But it's been a trip, and just to see the need every day. Now Andy is involved, and like she sees, like we deal with like real world trauma every single day.
Yeah.
So it's
that's the thing, is the need is never ending. Like if I post, mostly what I'm on there doing is I give away beds and mattresses.
Yeah.
That's my thing, because I haul stuff away for people, and they're giving away a bed or a mattress, and I say, is it usable? And they're like, well, I don't, it's this and that. I said, is it usable? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, well, there's people who've got their kids sleeping on the floor, and they're sleeping on air mattresses or sharing a bed because they've had to throw all their stuff away because of bed bugs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very common thing. So I'm always doing that. But when I post something, I get like 1 million messages, and people tell me their story, and I'm just like, I wish I just had, 100 beds, because I would give everybody, because one of the things that I do, there are lots of groups that are helping, but one of the things I do is I deliver them. Yeah. I bring them right there. So there's a lot of people that can maybe have access, you can go to Centre La Ville or whatever, but it's hard to actually get something to you.
Yeah, that's the main problem that we see in Mutual Aid Society is it's not the supply of, like, say, food or furniture or whatnot. It's distribution. So to really solve food scarcity and food insecurity, it's not even a scarcity problem. It's an insecurity problem. It's a logistics problem, right? Mm-hmm. So, like I've told people, say, hey, if you gave me $500,000, I can solve it, because I wouldn't have to buy an ounce of food. You would just need to proper distribution channels, because there is a lot of need, but there's a lot of help too, right? There's a lot of food resources out there. It's just that getting from point A to point B is the main challenge.
And has anyone given you the $500,000 yet?
No, they should though.
Oh. Okay, well, if anyone out there is listening and you want to give them $500,000, you can fix it. You can fix it forever, or for?
You can. I believe in this city, just because there's such an abundance of food. Yeah. That you can do it if you did it with proper distribution channels and ongoing funding.
But the problem goes deeper than food, right? I mean, the problem
absolutely.
is systemic, and the problem is colonial, and the problem is, you know, I now have some friendships and relationships with sort of, you know, people that live in the community, and it's hard to even know sometimes how to help people. You know, the stuff that things, you know, things that people have been through. It's hard, you know.
I mean, it all starts with a warm place to sleep, you know, a fridge full of food or a bowl full of food, some confidence and support, right? I mean, I have all that. I'm not going out to do certain things. I feel confident enough to, you know, go out and look for a job and things like that. So, you know, we have to take care of the base needs, because, like you said, there's talented people out there, right? There's people who can, like, help and contribute to society, you know, whether it's culturally or, you know, economically or whatnot. They just haven't had that base support.
But did you grow up on the streets?
No, I had an immigrant upbringing in the West End. You know, my parents, we came here as refugees, so, you know, it's one of those stories where we start off poor, and the parents work hard, put clothes on my back and stuff like that, and, you know, provided a nice life. But, you know, then when you grow up in those areas, you grow up with your friend group who didn't have all that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like no one around us was rich either. You know what I mean? So it's like very working class, very like immigrant refugee upbringing. So, but yeah, I mean, you grow up in that. You see that because you experience that, and kids come to school without food. Kids are coming over to my house to eat my mom's food. You know, so you get that education.
Where did your parents come from?
My dad is from Pakistan. My mom's from like Laos. I was born in a refugee camp in Thailand. So yeah.
Did you? And how old were you when you got here?
I was way young. I was like 8 months old. So.
But I mean, you probably still, and also because you're not Wonder Bread, you probably experienced racism growing up, and.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, honestly, because like where I grew up was very diverse. There wasn't a whole lot of it. You know what I mean? Because like your friends are from everywhere. Whether indigenous or they're from Portuguese, or Greek or whatnot. So it's like you didn't really feel that until like I stepped out into high school and like into, you know, the world, and then you felt the racism, because then like your friends are feeling it because they're going out to different areas and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it's growing up. I mean, you knew it existed, but in your own little circle, you know, like it didn't really exist because, you know, we were saying each other's swear words, we were eating each other's foods, we were going to each other's houses, and I think to kind of end racism, that needs to happen. Like we can write so many books, or we can hold so many workshops, but until a society like meets and hangs out together, that's the only way it's gonna end. You know what I mean? So yeah, you step out, you know, high school into university and stuff like that, and then you kind of get it. It's pretty racist out there.
What would you like to eat more, a rice roll or gulab jamun?
Rice roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mom was a good cook?
Of course. Come over.
Okay. Does she make rice rolls?
Yeah, for sure.
The ones with like the shrimp and the chicken and stuff?
Yeah, it's more like a Vietnamese thing, but you know, we messed with them too. It was good. She can do both though. That's the thing. Like she can cook like Pakistani type, Indian type foods, and she can do, you know, like Thai Laotian type food. So, yeah.
I just realized I didn't eat supper.
You want me to holler at my mom, see what she said I just got cooking, or what?
No. We'll call Obi Khan before.
No, we're not calling Obi Khan. Obi Khan could eat it. It's on camera. Good, he hears me.
How do you think about? How do you think the provincial government did dealing with the pandemic?
I mean, I'm like, any of us could have done a better job. Let's be honest here. Like, I could have.
Well, they did. They did what Alberta did only 2 weeks later. What's wrong with that?
That's the wrong example to follow. It's like, man, that's not the way to go, you know, like doing what Alberta does. But I mean, they failed because they're failures because, again, they don't have the necessary tools nor the proper like lived experience to do those sort of things. Do you know what I mean? Like, so
they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care, and it's like, you know, the answer to the world's problems is simple. It's care, right? Once you come from a place of care, everything else will kind of fall in line. Take care of your neighbor, you know, do what this guy did. Everything should be cool, but we're not doing that. So.
He's pointing at angry Jesus, just in case that wasn't on the screen. What do you see for the Mutual Aid Society? Do you think it just goes on forever? Or?
I mean, let's hope it doesn't go on forever and people's basic needs are met, right? But, like, you know, I hope one day Mutual Aid Society is there for like art products and guitar picks and not food and, you know what I mean, basic necessities. But as long as the need is there, like people will help to organize and to coordinate and to make sure people get it. You know,
what was the biggest surprise from that, aside from the fact that it's just still going?
The biggest surprise is the self-organizing that's going on, like Cookums, you know, like doing their own projects in their own housing projects and stuff like that, setting up their own food pantries, and youth getting involved and doing their own drives. Yeah. You know, kind of taking the inspiration and like us giving them the guidance, hey, how to do it, and the confidence, and that's what Mutual Aid's about. Like, it's not charity, it's not philanthropy. This is like a philosophy that you just live by. And to see that self-organization was, you know, that's the best. That makes me happy. You know?
And I think that, and I think that sometimes certain people, you know, maybe Wonder Bread people, think of certain other people as being take. But I have noticed, you know, with lots of people I have met that, you know, culturally there's a lot of sharing, a lot of, you know, if I have something, you need something, you know, I'll give that to you. You know what I mean?
It's cultural. You know what I mean? It's
not just a bunch of like top down, you know, all the
like it's, you know, it's completely cultural, and you see why Mutual Aid Society, like in this city, like works, because you know, the base of the people who use it to give are, you know, either Indigenous or like BIPOC and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's, you know, that's why it works here. It's because, you know, it's nothing nobody had to learn. Mm-hmm. You know, you had to learn to share or like learn how to give when needed to give. I think it's, you know, like with the colonial mentality, like it is take. It's like, it is self-preservation. It is individualistic, and like we're just trying to navigate in that, trying not to be that, and kind of promote a certain sense of alternative economics. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's going to keep on going as long as the need is there, but let's hope the need is, you know, guitar picks and guitar strings and canvases and paint, rather than, you know, stuff that people need to like live.
What's next for you? Premiere? What are you going to do next?
No, not premiere. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to continue to, you know, organize in this community and make it better. You know, there may be something going on in October I might be involved in. Watch the TV. Okay. But
which channel?
All of them.
All of them. Whoa.
all of them. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Just trying to be me, trying to live, trying to be a dad, and trying to play video games. But, you know, life gets in the way.
Yeah. Well, we think that's all right. We think Omar Kinnarath is all right, don't we? Let's give him a big hand.
Thank you, family.
Thank you so much. Omar Kinnarath, everybody. Thank you so much, Omar. If you want to give him $500,000 to solve all the city's problems, go ahead. If you want to give us a little bit of money to build the Valiant Theater, I'll tell you about that in a bit. Andy at thevaliant.ca. Andy with a Y. You can just do an e-transfer. Let's have Sweet Alibi come back up. Some of them are already here. Brody, are you out of food? You're full now. Oh. We just want to make sure everything is all right with Brody. Do you guys ever ask that? Do you guys ever say, is Brody all right? Yeah. That was probably a 70s TV movie. Is Brody all right? After school special, yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
We don't even know where he's from.
What?
Who are you? Well, thanks for having us.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I mean, I wanted to have like somebody really good. You were the first people. You were the first people I asked, because I was like, I want to have somebody that's. I was nervous, and I wanted to have like a friendly,
It's because I have a mattress sitting in my kitchen.
It's because what?
I have a mattress sitting in my kitchen.
Yeah. Why? Did I put it there?
For a giveaway.
You have a mattress in your kitchen? Yeah. Maybe we'll talk about this later.
In private.
It's confusing. Yeah. I don't know. It's confusing when someone says, I have a mattress in my kitchen. It's confusing what message they're sending, right? Yeah. Jess, did you do how did you guys get through the, not having all these gigs and stuff? And you guys, you just did some yoga. Did that help you get through the pandemic?
Therapy again, so
Therapy. I did a little bit of yoga.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm 52 tomorrow, and I just want to show you something.
Oh no, the jeans.
How many 52-year-olds can do this? I can put both of them up. There's a way.
Oh my, yeah, I know, you're going to fall over. It's like,
I maybe didn't stretch out enough. We'll do that later. But why don't you guys play a song? Yeah, 52. I'm kind of flying under the radar, but my mom doesn't even know it's my birthday. It's fine. It's not a big deal. No big deal. Just give me $20. It's fine. What song are you going to play?
This is called Really Great.
It's from your new album.
It's from our new album.
And the new album is really great. And there's copies here if you want to buy one. How much is it?
$20.
$20. You can own a CD just like the old days.
The good old days.
Yeah.
Buy a CD player at a thrift store.
And buy a CD player, yeah. You should just sell them in frames.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet Alibi, really great. Yeah. We are going to take a short break, and we're going to come back with more music and another guest. And can we put a thing on the thing? So you should mill about and eat and whatever. Can we put a thing that's on the thing to tell people that on the live stream that we're going to come back and they shouldn't all leave? Is it that easy? He just said yes. Okay, so everybody, we'll be right back. Can we put that music back on, or? Oh, because it's oh, Grant, can you play something? Where'd Grant go? she's pretty good when she's out, too.
Yeah.
Do you need a hand helping her out? Or? I'll get Brad to, okay, sure.
Yeah, that's right. I gotta take
Okay.
that part out too, right? I probably shouldn't have bothered bringing it in. Anyways,
Okay.
happy birthday, my
Yes,
friend.
thank you.
And this was really fun. I'm so glad he did this. I'm so glad. I hope you want to.
I'm tired. I feel tired.
Okay. You can think about it
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Are we ready to go? My mom's leaving, everybody. Give a big round of applause to Chicky Hughes. I was going to thank all the people, and I was going to thank my mom for giving birth to me. But she's been milking that one a long time, right? Are we back? Yes, we're on the live stream. Yes, thumbs up. The live stream is back. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around, and whoever's still sticking. Oh, look in there. Look in there. Which one? What are you pointing at? This one? What are you? Where? That one? Well, how do I know where you're pointing? Right? It's very hard. That one. Okay, I'll look at that one. Anyway, thanks very much to everybody on the internet for staying. Brother Kelly Hughes, chaplain of the arts here in the future Valiant Theater. Tell you what we're doing if you don't know. Of course, I used to have the late great Aqua Books a million years ago. Did a bunch of stuff there. And we have been here in this space actually a long time now. We've actually been here for 7.5 years. And we made a big announcement. We were going to, do all this stuff and get open. And then my mental health kind of cratered and just sort of, didn't. Goodbye, Mom. Okay, love you. Oh, thank you, Mom. Well, that could have gone either way, right? So we've been here, and I kind of had a thing in December where I needed to. Oh, all the old people and young people are gone now, so I can say fuck again. But I kind of got to the moment where I had to piss or get off the pot, and didn't think I was ready. But Andy, my partner Andy, helped me to make a plan and kind of get going. And so what we're doing here is we have scaled our plan back a bit, without going into all the technical stuff, so that we don't have to do as much work. If you have 99 people, you only need 3 bathroom stalls. If you have 101, you need 5. So there's a bunch of different things. So we're kind of starting to think like that a bit, because it's really important to me to get this place open. Like when it seemed like, maybe we weren't gonna, be able to do it. I got very depressed for a week. It was just very bad. And one of the things that I've been talking about is, and this was my birthday present at the front. There's a little, what do you call the thing that, the round thing that, where's Andy? What do you call that thing there, Pat? Needlepoint embroidery that our friend Vanessa Spring, and she actually came and fixed those outside lights so you smokers could see tonight. So you're welcome. But that's one of the things I've been saying, and it's blown up behind me. Blued it up on a poster, and it says, "Art will save us all," because I really believe that, in the last 2 years, not being able to go out and to have our, various performances and to kind of, all this whole business has really shown us how much we need our artists and our creative people and how important that is. So, I've had the same idea since I got here almost 8 years ago, but it's as important now, if not more important, because there's all kinds of people that are so creative and so talented. We did out at the farm in the fall. We did our first Sizzle Mania with our friend Johnny Sizzle. And, it's just, there's absolutely nothing like it. So we have the Chiron on there again with the, and you saw my note, Jimmy Pants, about how I sent you a message and said I thought the green was a bit hard to read.
It's at the bottom of the screen now.
Okay. So if you just go to andy@thevaliant.ca, Andy spelt with a Y, you can e-transfer money if you want to support what we're doing, because we're not going to, the bank's not going to give us any money. We're not going to, I think it's just going to be people that are going to be supporting it, and people that are, and this was one of the things that when I redoubled my efforts 3 months ago to start doing this again, one of the things I realized was, and Andy was like, you need people to help you. And I'm like, I can do it myself. Because I'm literally the guy, I literally picked up one of these 6-foot pews, put it on my shoulder, and carried it up the stairs by myself. Because that's the kind of thing that I do. But there's a bunch of people that have been helping. Some of those people are here. Brad has been helping a lot. Brad's been taking time off. He's not just a mic holder. Thank you so much, Brad. Celia has also been helping every Friday. She's back there. And Celia was all the filming that we did for the video at the beginning, the new opening. She ran around with me for 2 days, and we did that. And Grant and Denis actually put the music and the video together. I thought it was so great. It was so much fun. I couldn't use the old one because I had hair in the old one. And, I'm bald by choice, obviously, but, so we thought, we would do a new opening. Susan, who is not here, Susan, we love you, and we hope that Barb's feeling a bit better today. She's been super supportive, and these guys, Scooter, these guys all have nicknames like Muppets. Scooter and Jimmy Pants, and do you have a nickname, Jay? Jay, no. Mighty Mouse, Mice and the Mighty. Are you still that? Only sometimes. Jay came out of retirement. Jay's the old sound guy. Jay's like the guy in Space Cowboys, and you go and he's living in the trailer, and you're like, "Can you go back into space?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm too old to go back into space." But then he goes back into space. That is Jay, and Mr. Pants has been working on this since the beginning. Scooter jumped in the last week, and Jimmy made us get onto something called Signal, which is an app which I didn't realize what it was, and I have since discovered that Signal is for January 6th insurrectionists, people buying drugs, and then nerds so it's an interesting place. You can, I don't really know, there's a whole thread of all these things, much confusing language, and it's just like, is it ready? Is it ready? Is it ready? Is it ready? And that's why I keep asking them, am I on the internet? I don't know. I'm just the guy sitting up here. So thanks so much to them. They've been doing that. Thank you to my partner, Andy, who is the best. we fight about things, but it's always my fault, and I'm terrible to live with. I have mixed state bipolar, and it's like, sometimes, you know, if you know anything about bipolar, you might think it's like a soap opera, you know, kind of like this, like, oh, you know, this is happening for a long time, and then maybe this is happening. But mine's like, you know, like an episode of NCIS or something, you know, a lot of things happening in 45 minutes plus commercials, and up and down, and somebody shot, and you know, all that stuff. That's kind of, mostly nobody gets shot, but it's there's a lot of like, I have a lot of up and downs, so I am very, very terrible to live with. So thank you, Andy. And then all the people, there have been a lot of people who have donated money already, who have donated time, and you know, we're the first thing to do in here was get it cleaned up, because there's a bunch of things in here. I'd been sort of, you know, collecting things through my work and selling things, and kind of not staying on top of things because my mental health wasn't great. And so, like I think I said before, it was like, you remember the last scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark, right? It was just like that. So even getting this, you know, looking like it looks, was a feat. So Andy, did I miss anyone who helped? I mean, there was another person, but I'm not going to thank him because I've already had. We're already into it, you know, because I have already had my first falling out with a tradesperson. So we are. That means we're legitimately, you know, on the go. But yeah. So thank you to everyone. And if you want to support what we're doing, it's on the screen. Andy@thevaliant.ca. Thanks to Jay. Jay's taking some pictures back there. Pat, watching the door, keeping out the people that want sandwiches. You can't leave the door open here just because people are always looking for sandwiches, which is fine, but usually there's no sandwiches. Are you confused, Amber? No? Because you have a bed in your kitchen. She's got a bed in her kitchen. Anyway, I think that was about all that I wanted to talk about, and I want to have my next guest, who is, I'm not even going to pretend I'm going to read the bio. She's a lovely person who has written books and is an artist, and told me that Photoshop is her bat. And I kind of wanted her to say Photoshop is my Batmobile, but a missed opportunity. So please put your hands together for Samantha Beiko. Hi. It's been a long time since I did one of these. I forgot my manners. Do you want a water?
No, thanks.
Do you want a mask?
No, I already have one of those.
You got one of these?
I want the identity that goes with that mask.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why can't you just make it, just create it?
That's right. That is what I do. I did give you my books. Where did those go?
I just wanted free books.
I
did. I got your books. I've got some art. I've got some, you gave me a report card. Hang on.
Wow.
There's a lot of stuff here.
Bring some good energy to this last segment.
Yeah, also there were, but if you did anybody buy a CD? People should buy a CD.
I saw
Nice. Look at that. So these are a bunch of books. This is not part of the series, right?
No, that's a standalone. That's the first one that I ever did or put out.
Yeah, this is the lake and the library.
You did it.
Library.
We're off to a great start.
Library is where you get literature.
Oh.
And this is the series. Can
That's
the
right.
camera? Should I point it at the camera? Does anyone know?
Which one?
Over here.
That one.
See, he knows how to point.
All right, so this
Pants
is a
can't
series.
point. Do I have them in order?
Let me tell you, yes, you do. Let me tell you about the genre and who I write for. So I write for young adults. This genre is fantasy, but it actually takes place in Winnipeg.
Whoa.
So the first one, Scion of the Fox, is built on the premise that there is a giant snake demon living in the bed of the frozen Assiniboine River, and it's about to wake up and destroy everyone.
So how is that fantasy?
Exactly. Exactly. That is kind of where we're living at now. And then it just kind of snowballs into global catastrophe and magic powers and teens with way too much responsibility. And that wrapped up in 2019.
This whole thing?
Yeah.
It's done. And then, this is my then I put more things up. Then, which one do you want me to bring up next year?
So I also am an artist because I just don't do enough.
Because you do it all? Some art?
So there is some artwork that were from the Realms of Ancient trilogy that Kelly just had up. And I also draw, or I did pre-pandemic, pre-having a child. I draw a webcomic called Krampus is My Boyfriend, which you can read for free on the Webtoon app. I'm just getting back into that now, but I also have single issues of it.
Does anyone ever think that it's Grandpa is my boyfriend?
No.
Because that would be different.
No one thinks that because Krampus is having some kind of moment.
Yeah.
In the cultural ethos. So and as Kelly said, Photoshop is my jam. But yeah, so these are anthologies. So what that means is these are...
Explain an anthology to us.
I will. And to the audience who are watching, including my husband. Hi, Bear. So these are anthologies that I edited, which means
Is it like Barry or like B-E-A-R?
Like the animal.
Nice.
That's not his name.
Nice.
I edited them, which means I curated all of the stories that are in there based on a theme. I co-edited this one, which is actually the first one, Gothic Tales of Haunted Love, and then this one I did solo. So it's Gothic romance, but that take place across all times, in all cultures, utilizing a lot of mythology, and we have a ton of LGBTQ2IA creators and stories in here.
Nice.
I'm just doing all kinds of stuff at all times.
So you're kind of a one-person publishing machine, eh?
So I write books, so I come at it from the woohoo, here's a story that I hallucinated vividly and then put into words. And then I also am, I was trained as an editor in the publishing industry. I've worked for book publishers, so I've helped numerous artists and authors get their work into this form, like out of this and into there.
And because some of these some of these you've published yourself, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when I had a bookstore, which was a long time ago, we had this discussion about, we were talking about this bookshelf over here, which is the tallest bookshelf in Winnipeg.
It's really
I built
nice.
it at 16 feet high. And Celia said, do you read books? And I said, well, I can. I have. Well, do you read books? And it seemed like she was attacking me a bit. But I said, I don't need to read books anymore. I've sold more books than... do you remember...
and you're a purveyor, which is an important part.
Did you remember the guy that was like, he sold more records than Elvis and the Beatles? And it was the guy who had owned a record store? Mm-hmm. Somebody remember that?
Sam the Record Man?
No, it was like... one of those guys that was on infomercials in the, like, oh, Rosemary, one of those, like, does anybody know? Anybody? I would ask Siri, but Siri's not been helpful to me. You're too young. You're too young.
Oh.
You don't know.
Oh, no.
But I guess, when I had a bookstore, there was a lot of sort of poo-pooing of self-publishing, and people liked certainly in kind of literary communities.
Oh, it's not legitimate then if you do it yourself, because then anyone can. Well, yeah, that's the point. It's let me just kind of kick the curtain in, but publishing is very based on the whims and moods of an individual at a time when they had their coffee or they didn't. Me getting published, meeting this contract for Lake in the Library, which has led to my other publishing contracts, it was just chance. It was just someone pulled it out of what's called the slush pile, that that's a pile of manuscripts that gets sent to publishers, and they didn't ask for them. It just got pulled out. One person thought, hey, this is something interesting, and it wasn't very well written when it was submitted, and she, bless her heart, worked really hard with me to make it a better book. But it is a lot of luck. So if you have a story that you want to tell and you've tried to go the traditional route and it's exhausting and painful, because it is, and you can do it yourself, then you should. And the avenues now to do it, there are tons of them out there. You can go to McNally Robinson and you can self-publish using their program. Or you can do it through Amazon, where that's the print-on-demand model. So whoever orders the book will get printed and sent to them. And that solves the distribution issue, which is it's a whole other conversation. But I'm all for it, and I actually think self-publishing is the way to go. And that's how the future is kind of going to approach books, I believe, because readers rally around authors and around characters that they really like and the way that the author writes, more so than they would around a publisher, and they're putting out absolutely all kinds of different things.
And you have to hustle, and you're a hustler, right?
Yeah, so self-publishing is a business, and even regular publishing is a business.
I knew a guy, and I won't say who it is, but a guy who we did a book launch, and he was published, by Turnstone or something, and he was sort of an all right writer. But I remember him saying, I hate book launches. I just want to write the book and then,
that time is over.
Have them put out the book. But he was an academic, and he'd, sort of written 2 or 3 novels and wasn't, you know what I mean? He wasn't interested in any of, he just wanted to, it was odd to me how disinterested he seemed in his own book. Because you really do have to be a cottage industry if you're going to,
you have to be the salesman and the representative of the work. Like, you can't just ivory tower it, which was like the dream in the 60s and 70s. You just churn them out and the money just rolls in. But the reality is, a publisher actually sees you as a better investment if you're interested in connecting with communities and actually talking and putting your face out there. Then if you scurry away and go into your hole, and I love my hole. I love scurrying away.
Great hole, right?
Oh, it's a great hole. But I can't sell books that way. I can't make a living that way. So what I actually do is, I do book launches, but I also go to comic conventions, like the ones that used to exist before the world shut down.
What's a convention?
Yeah, I went to the one last fall and was like, it was a lot. But I would travel around and I would buy a table and I'd cart all my books there and all my banners, and I'd set it up and I'd sit there for 36 straight hours, or standing, because that's how you get people's attention, and just talk to random people. And I would make $500 to $1,000. But it's still important to get out there and meet people, because that's what they remember. They buy my books from me at my table, and they remember they had a really nice interaction with me, and I didn't bite their head off or go and hide, which I really like doing.
And that's like $30 an hour. Nice.
Nice. Yeah. I have a day job. It's a great day job.
So how do you decide when you're going to self-publish something and when you're going to try to, do you just sort of see if there's interest, and if nobody's interested, you just do it yourself and you say, well?
Sort of, or else like with comics, they're a lot more amenable to self-publishing, because you can just put them out and someone can read them, and you can do it in chunks and like episodes, and then you can develop your following over time, rather than like spending, and you can do this with a graphic novel as well. You can spend a full year working on 250 pages and you put it out, and then it's done, and you kind of have had your moment. But if you kind of build a following and it's gradual, then...
Well, now, Krampus Is My Boyfriend won an award.
It won the Aurora Award.
Yeah, which is the Canadian...
Nebulas.
Nebulas.
Which is a literary award for science fiction.
And Graphic Novel of the Year. But was it just, when it won, was it just a web comic still?
Yeah, so it won Best Graphic Novel, but like in the web comic, because it's a web comic. Yeah. But it has over 200 pages of material, because I also format it for print as well. But I had to take a hiatus because I had a child, and I can barely, you know.
Yeah. Well, Carole homeschooled for a year and a half, and that was, it's too much. Is Carole still here? Did she leave?
But yeah, I felt
homeschooling.
Yeah.
So is it all right being a parent?
Yeah, I found out, and then 3 months later the pandemic happened, and so I was pregnant, gave birth, and have had this kid the whole time. So he's nearly 2. So yeah, it's been great, but it's been different because we haven't been able to see our parents at all. He hasn't really been around anyone at all. We never go anywhere, do anything.
She's a bit feral.
He's a really friendly kid. We're actually very lucky. But yeah, it's been, but also still working at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of getting, this is my first event since March 11th, 2020. I was like, I'm not, there's going to be, I feel like I'm running on Windows 95 social. I don't remember how to be. But I do have a new series. So when I was, having a kid and doing my day job, I decided I would sign a 5-book deal for my next series. So it'll be done when Wesley, my son, is in 2nd grade. So yeah, so it's another YA fantasy quintology. I don't know why I've done this now. I'm saying it out loud.
Is that a 5?
It's a 5 series, and the first book comes out April 2023, and it's called The Stars of Mount Quixx, and it's a lot different than these. These are really dark, like urban fantasy, really dire circumstances, and this new one is just a lot more fun. There's monsters and witches, and just it's more fun. I just needed something fun. So that's kind of what's next. If this thing ever ends, this pandemic ever ends.
Is it, do you have some information? Is it going to end? Or?
Oh, yeah. I brought my, no, I have no idea. My husband is
Is that a magic hand? What is that?
It's a magnifying glass for reading.
Oh.
There was a whole theme. There was a whole point to that. My husband is a public health physician, but we don't have any inside information at all.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sorry.
So you're not married to Brent Rusin.
No, but I've been to a barbecue at his house, and they were really accommodating because I'm vegan, and they bought me like vegan dessert. That was a long time ago, though.
Do you think he's hot, Brent Rusin?
He's a nice man.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I think
I'm putting you on the
hot.
spot, and your husband's watching. I get it.
I know.
I get it.
Brent's probably watching.
How about
too
the president of Ukraine?
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody thinks he's hot.
But I did watch Servant of the People before this happened, so I'm having it is a kind of overlapping.
You watched the Ukrainian show that he was in?
Yeah, because it's funny.
Yeah.
It is funny.
Yeah.
You should watch it. You should.
Okay.
10 out of 10. But yeah, those are my hot, trendy insights into what is currently happening in the world.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty good.
Oh.
That's pretty good. It is. I've just been on Signal, just listening to.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
And you just accuse
know.
me of being young.
When I was kicked off, Facebook, Jimmy Pants said, "Well, you got to stay out there. You got to be places." So I jumped on TikTok, and TikTok, there's a myth that TikTok is a bunch of happy 15-year-old Asian girls, and it's not. It's a bunch of angry old, in my experience. I guess there's a lot of people there, but what happened to me was I got attacked by a bunch of Wonder Breads because right before I told them all to frack off, I posted a little video, but I didn't realize that you could set it so that only the people that you're friends with can comment. And I was just attacked. I was just attacked by all these insane people. And I wasn't very happy about that, so it was kind of a cesspool. But I mean, you get to a certain age, and it's hard to keep up. It's hard to keep up with the things.
Yeah.
The different platforms and the.
From the perspective of promotion in publishing, you just pick one or two, usually just one, and you just stay in that lane, and you just be really good at it, and then you'll find those people. You don't need to be on all of them. Just pick one.
Well,
don't be on TikTok is my advice.
And this is the thing is, you have to know who your audience is and where they are, and keep them happy. Give them what they want. Do they want werewolves? Give them werewolves.
Give them werewolves give them werewolves just working at a taco truck. Just give them all kinds of diverse
Is that what they want?
There are people out there who will want that
Do people
once
want
you show them.
werewolves still? Do they like werewolves?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What do you think? Do you think there's any like kind of underserved? I mean, certainly Krampus is a bit underserved, so he was a good call. Have you seen that? You know, the Polish artist with the Krampus attacking Santa Claus?
No, but it sounds good.
That's great. Can we get that up on the screen, guys? See, this is what I want. I want just auto content. Yeah. This is like, we're not even on the internet. This isn't even, they're just telling me, they're pushing a bunch of buttons. It's the 12 of us in this room and that's it. Sorry. I feel bad for Omar because he thinks that somebody's going to give him $500,000 and it's just whoever's sitting in this room. But yeah, I think, do you think there are any other sort of, monster types that are underserved?
There's so many.
Like Chupacabra. Do you think that you could have a Chupacabra thing?
I mean, you could have like a Chupacabra legal team.
Yeah.
Like if you just mash things up, you can get something interesting out of it. And honestly, most of writing is just asking a question. What happens if this and this occurs? And then you just keep sleuthing it down the hole, and then you.
What happens if Abe Lincoln was a vampire hunter?
It's been done.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's the question. I'm not asking because I know.
Oh, you're not pitching.
No.
No.
What happens if there's one question that shouldn't have been asked? What if Vin Diesel was a witch hunter?
That was a good movie, though.
You thought that was a good movie?
Oh yeah, it's like a comfort movie.
Vin Diesel is not good. Do you think Vin Diesel's good?
Is it because you want to be him? Yeah.
What is that?
So you haven't seen the movie.
I've seen it.
But you're gonna rag on it.
I just feel like, I don't.
But see, the great thing is that there's something out there for everyone.
Because there's so many rotten things. Tell me the great thing.
Oh,
there's something for everyone?
Yeah, it may not be for you, but it could be really something for someone else, and it just matters to that person. And with writing, you could be shouting into the void for 450,000 words, like I did, and it's important to the random people who just come up to you, and you're like, "Good, I've done my work, done my job."
Yeah, is that what you say?
Yeah.
Or are you nicer to them? Are you just like, "Good"?
Yeah,
great. I'm glad you like it. Good for you.
Actually, my first book, I was deeply embarrassed about it for many years because I was like, "Oh, it was so bad. It's not the way that I write anymore, and so many just stereotypes and tropes." But I still have people who come up to me and tell me that it meant something to them. It was very important to them, and I just shut my mouth because I don't know. I don't actually know any better. And it was,
So you're kind of gracious now.
Just say, well, thank you so much.
You don't go like,
wow.
God, that book is terrible.
This is a really good lesson in how to retain readers. You just barf on them for their compliments. No. All my books are kind of dedicated to the people who need them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, do you think we need fantasy more than ever because everything's so terrible?
I don't think that's why we need fantasy.
Why do we need it then?
I'm too tired for this. I usually go to bed at this time.
Who here is normally in bed by now? Yeah, we got a few. I know that
we're all doing our best. Why do people need fantasy? I think fantasy, it can be really serious, it can be dark, it can be violent, it can be a way to open up perspectives for people who have never seen anything through any kind of different lens before. Like a lot of the gender exploration stuff that Ursula K. Le Guin did, and she's a fantasist and she's an incredible writer, but that really kind of blew people's heads right off about their perspectives on the world.
I read there's a book called it's Tolkien, and it's the Tolkien Reader, I guess, and there's a bunch of short things in there, and some of them are stories. One's called Leaf by Niggle, and there's another one that's on writing. And he says, I think, that the ultimate point to using fantasy is to tell a story that you can't tell that you wouldn't be able to tell otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is so interesting. And yeah, there certainly were some great writers who told stories. Like I remember, I don't remember what writer it was, but it was a woman writer and sci-fi writer, and maybe C.J. Cherry, but maybe somebody else, and had a couple of. There was just a gay couple and it was the first time that I just read kind of a popular book. It was a long time ago, and it was just two guys, and they were together, and there was no point to it other than they were just there, and because of the way that the book was written, it wasn't a big deal. You know what I mean? It wasn't.
It was just normal
at
part
the time.
of the tale,
At the time it was written, it would have been more of a big deal
Mm-hmm.
in the world, but because she had just created this world. So yeah, I mean, I think that there's lots of things that we can do that are probably important to do. Do you write every day?
No. No. You know what helps me get a book finished is a deadline imposed upon me by someone else. Yeah. That second book, the red book there in the series, I wrote that in 30 days because they moved up my deadline a year because they were like, oh, originally we were going to give you 18 months, but the sales team wants them out one every year. So before the first book is out, you have to hand in the second book. That was a time. That was, I had to write every single day. Yeah. That was 4,000 to 10,000 words a day. That was, I'm scraping the inside of my skull type of writing. So, no, I don't write every day. I am trying to get better. Writing is kind of like any kind of discipline or fitness. You have to put the time in, and even just a little bit matters. Yeah. But I just like to just write in chunks. And
do you work out too, or only if you have a deadline?
I do. I run a lot.
Yeah.
I'd probably get a lot more writing done if I wasn't running.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Are you fast?
No. I'm average.
Yeah.
I'm average.
Because your legs are not super long, is that?
No, yeah, I'm 4'9.5". Yeah. But
and a half. Okay.
The half matters.
Yeah.
No, but it's something that I attempt to do earnestly, with no guile.
Yeah. So what are you working on right now? You probably told me and I've forgotten.
That's okay. I'm working on the edits on that book, Stars of Mount Quixx, that's coming out in 2023. I'm trying to work on the sequel, and I'm trying to get back into doing art. I'm just trying. We're all just trying, aren't we?
We're all trying, yeah.
Let's round of applause if you're all just trying. Yeah. That's right.
Give yourself a pat on the back for trying.
I don't even have the energy. Okay, I made it halfway.
Well, I won't keep you up here too long, much longer, but I did want to say thank you for trying. And
you too. You too.
Well, that's all you can do.
Before I go, I wanted to say that you can purchase these books from me.
Yeah.
But all the money is going to the Valiant.
Oh,
and if you don't purchase them tonight, people on the live stream, you can go on my website, www.smbeiko.com. God, I hope it's .com. And all of the books are available there, and any purchases made between now and May 27th, May 26th is my birthday, all the proceeds will go to the Valiant.
Well, that was so nice. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to me.
Buy them. I have a cupboard just so full.
Thank you so much. And maybe, I actually, in the last year, wrote almost every day.
You did.
For a year.
You did.
And I have been, I know that you're very busy, but maybe I'll ask for your help. And I would like to put some of it together.
I'd love to help you put them together.
But it's hard to...
Sometimes you just have to do the writing, and then you just throw it at someone else and run away and go into the hole.
Yeah.
And that's the other part of my job.
Because I do want to say, like, one thing that I should mention is that a lot of the people that have been helping me, and there's other people probably that I forgot that have been helping me, but a lot of the people that have been helping me actually have struggled with mental illness. And I don't know if that's just because that's sort of the chosen family that I've kind of gathered around. But you know, it's easier for me to work with someone who, if we're doing something, even cleaning this place up, and I start crying, it's, you know, if there's somebody there who understands, that's worth a lot. And I've kind of feel like, and especially in the last 2 years, you know, I've jettisoned all the anti-vaxxers and I've jettisoned all the, you know, but I feel like I've really tried to surround myself with people who are compassionate and understanding, because it's just hard, you know, and I think it's easier to not do anything, but you know, there's so many things that I want to do, and really, you know, you said I don't remember what you said I was a minute ago, but I consider myself an impresario, because what I want to do is, and this is why we want to do this, is to take all these interesting things that people are doing and bring them to an audience, whether that audience is here or at the moment out in the cloud. Are we in the cloud? I don't know. Bring me the cloud. But you know, I really feel like it's so important, because I feel like we, a friend of mine who is not here tonight, who's also struggles with mental illness. She said, I want to do something, but I can't do that much. You know, she's got physical stuff and mental stuff and whatever. But she said, you know, can I donate some art? So she donated this great piece of art, which we've taken a bunch of orders. We're turning into a shirt, and it says "Art will save us all," and it's a heart that's got a bunch of vines growing through it, and you know, so I just think, you know, we all need to kind of help each other. We need to try to lift each other up. We need to, you know,
like the Mutual Aid Society.
Like the Mutual Aid Society. And one of the things that I noticed about these people that were driving in this convoy was they all seem, and there have been rallies at UFW that I've unhappily stumbled across, is these people I think are very misguided, but they are all very pleased to be kind of with other people that, you know, are on the same page as them. And so I think that it kind of behooves us even more, the rest of us, the you know, the artists and the creative types and the people that want to support that, to get together and to support each other and to lift each other up. And now, you know, adding, you know, for me, you know, the mentally ill, you know, the people that really struggle with that, because it's something that I struggle with like every day, all day. It's, you know, it's just so important to kind of, you know, because I was joking when my mom was here about, you know, not wanting to be on a Zoom call with my family. I don't think anybody in my family is watching this, but I mean, you know, your family can be difficult, and family is kind of an accident of DNA. And I've noticed, you know, that a lot of people
they want to build their own family.
Yeah, you got a chosen family, because it's people who support you and people that love you and people that want to, you know, no matter what.
And they can validate, and you can validate them, and it's just, you're all kind of saying that your experience is important, and I've shared this experience, and that, yeah, that is very important.
It's a happy, happy circle jerk.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, so we're gonna have a couple more songs in a moment, and we are going to. Samantha's going to be selling these out of her backpack.
It's a rolly suitcase.
It's a rolly suitcase for the Valiant. She can hang out after. There's more food. There's more drink and whatever. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you everyone for being here on the cloud, all the cloud people. Do you want to stay up here and listen to them, or do you want to leave? What do you want to do?
I can stay up here and you can watch me listening.
Yeah.
That'll be another component.
Are you an active listener?
Yes.
Let's have Sweet Alibi. They're going to come up and play 2 more songs. Sweet Alibi, everybody. Sweet Alibi, so good. We're really, really, really glad, and some of my favorite people. Amber and I really are in love, and I know that she said it was not the right time to tell everybody, but there is a mattress. Yeah, you're not supposed to notice. That mattress is going to go in my bedroom. But I have a cat in my bedroom right now who's tearing everything apart, so I wanted to wait until he was gone, until I bought a new mattress up there. Do you have cats? No. Oh, no?
No, my brother does.
Yeah.
He just sends me pictures.
Oh, do you hate cats? No, I think they're great. I was like sort of dating this girl, and she told me she hated cats, and I was like, I said, even kittens?
This is over.
I said, even kittens? She's like, even kittens. Whoa. I mean, that's a monster. That's a monster you could write about. Somebody who hates kittens. What are you guys going to play now?
We're going to play 2 songs.
Yeah?
One Chance and Slow Down.
And when are you guys have got a bunch of stuff coming up, eh?
Yeah, we've got a release show booked for the city.
The city of Winnipeg?
Yep.
Yeah.
Big old city.
Yeah.
Here.
Where?
At the Park Theater.
Nice.
April 24th.
Nice. That's soon.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, was it melting today? I wasn't really outside.
It's very warm.
It's always melting on my birthday. I always say that. It's been snowing and snowing and snowing. Tomorrow, my birthday is not till tomorrow, but that's great. By April 24th, it's going to be so nice.
Mm-hmm. We can give you a ticket if you want.
Oh, yeah. I could even buy one.
We'll give you one.
Although I did blow my pant budget on these jeans, but.
It's his birthday. I was worried you were going to blow through them when you were
What's that?
Yeah, me too. I was worried you were going to blow through them when you were trying to put your foot over.
No, but if I had my other ones on, I did have some jeans that were unsuitable for. I blow the crotch out in all my jeans, and I'm not sure why. It may be stuff like that.
They turned into chaps.
Yeah. My technique was all right, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You nearly had it.
Yeah. I think if I was in a pool, I could probably do it.
Yeah.
But I might drown. Yoga can be very dangerous. Michelle, you ever do yoga?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Pilates?
My mom did Pilates.
Yeah. MMA?
I did kickboxing.
Yeah? Nice.
That's not MMA, but.
Oh, but you could get
But
there.
I know some of the
You could still get
jabs
there.
and
Yeah.
kicks, I guess.
Did you ever kick Alistair?
I don't remember. What's that?
Did you ever kick Alistair?
I don't know. Do I kick you?
I can't speak about that.
Oh, okay.
I don't kick Alistair.
Yeah.
Just swears at him in her sleep.
Yeah. Nope. Is that all the questions? We can start?
Yeah, I'm just, yeah, that's it. Oh, and thank you to everyone who donated, has donated already. And go to, just send money to andy@thevaliant.ca if you want to continue the work here at the Valiant. Okay, now I'm done, sorry.
Sweet Alibi, everyone.
There you go, the person with the mic speaks.
Looking in the rear view of a choice. it up to me? Or did it come my way? How can I learn to stay the same? Well, I tried to change, too little too late. All the time I was running away. I was running away. Gave me one chance, and they gave me one chance. They gave me one chance to be what they wanted me to be. They gave me one chance to be what they wanted me to be.
They said they said Jess's guitar was on.
It is on? Oh. Okay.
I told Jay that if he didn't fix your guitar, he'd never work in this room again.
Okay.
Yeah, we played a song we wrote just before pandemic, I guess. I was probably like the month before when there was all the forest fires in Australia and the protests out in BC, and I was thinking of how we live our lives in relation to how we treat the planet. I was thinking we need to like slow down and step back a little bit. I know we would come to like a complete stop for 2 years. Really have time to reflect, so. This is called Slow Down. Happy people in your face. Stop and contemplate. Break apart in pieces, temporary pleasures evaporate. Days, red rays.
Sweet Alibi, everybody. Thank you so much to Sweet Alibi. Thank you so much to all of you, to my guests, Carole Cunningham, Omar, Kinnarath, Samantha, Beiko. Thank you to the crew of people with the nicknames for doing all this stuff. We're going to be, another hand. We're going to be back, I think, in a month. We're going to do a radio play. I think we might like to do that. What do you think? You in, Mr. Pants? Yeah, okay. So we're going to be back for that. Thank you so much, everyone. Art will save us all. Good night. And hang around for a bit if you want.